Welcome. In front of me I have a T-Mobile phone, which for me it's, I was gonna say first, but it's actually the second. So I'll go over unboxing along with just a, I would say overview, but it's more like thoughts about the device. Haven't ever encountered any phones like this before, apart from today, obviously with the cheaper version of this. Now this is the T-Mobile or T-Phone Pro. The other one is just T-Phone, and in reality, if I'm correct, the T-Phone Pro, its actual name is the Revvl 6 Pro. This one was just Revvl 6, and also it was named T-Phone. So yeah, anyway, let's just pop it open. I'm gonna, by the way, in here we get a case along with a tempered glass, so it's written in Polish. So I just yeet that to the side with care. And where do I place my little knife? Oh, there we go. So here, just a cable and paperwork. Boom, nothing special. No charger included in the package. Then we get a phone. I'm gonna just bring this. Ugh, that is the most unsatisfying peel ever. So yeah. Boom, there we go. And here we get a SIM eject tool, and that's basically all we get in a box. And just to kind of like prove this, here you go. Eat. Now, let's turn it on. It looks like it copies a lot of the not very good designs from the previous one, which is concaved area around the fingerprint sensor, but the fingerprint sensor protrudes out of it. So it kind of catches your finger in not the most pleasant way. No bueno, don't do that. We do have a SIM tray that also has expandable storage, if I'm correct. Enjoy your T-Phone Pro. Yep, so there we go. Now, actually it just occurred to me. So it could be that for me it's called a T-Phone Pro because it's been purchased in Poland. The US version of it, even though it's the same, could be just called Revvl 6 Pro. It looks identical. Just to kind of like show this off, I'm gonna just show you this on my phone as a picture of how Revvl looks like. So come on, there we go. T-Mobile. Come on. Let's see if I can maybe change to a different network. Will you load? Okay, no, T-Mobile is shit. It has a problem with me having my cookies turned off, so I'm not gonna show you because F T-Mobile. I'm not gonna be turning on cookies just so I can enter their website. That's stupid. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly go over just the specs that they advertise right here, with the expectations that these are the same phones. They look the same. The only difference, actually, wait, let me see. Okay, so there is a single difference from what I can see. On the T-Mobile website, there is a little like writing right here, though the picture is low resolution, so I can't even tell you what's written there. But other than that, it looks, well, the same. So with that in mind, there is a chance that this info is completely inaccurate and I'm giving you specs of a different phone, but I believe it's the same one. So with that in mind, this phone comes with 128 gigs built-in storage, expandable up to 2 terabytes. We have a 6.82 display, full HD, or not full HD, what am I saying? HD display. Now they're calling it HD Plus, which is bullshit, because 720p is not HD Plus, it's just HD. Now the exact resolution is 1640 by 720 pixels. Now in terms of cameras, we do have an improvement over the previous one. So the Revvl 6, the non-Pro. This one had a 13 megapixel wide sensor and 2 megapixel sensor for depth and macro. This, on the other hand side, decides to pick up the slack right here, because one of the weakest parts of the 6 one is the camera. So here, the main sensor is actually a 15 megapixel sensor. Now, based on the way they look like, I wouldn't expect anything outstanding from them. We also have a 5 megapixel ultra wide, and then we again get the two shitty 2 megapixel sticker cameras, so depth and macro. Don't use them, you can smash them out with a hammer, and I can guarantee you won't see a difference in your photo quality. Now, another great thing that I love that they prefer to advertise over the actual correct info is the battery. Now, the first thing that you will see on their website if you go is 33-hour talk time, 27-day standby time. Instead of the lower, in a grayish text, instead of the bold black, 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Now with wireless charging. Excuse me, what? No way. I do have a wireless charger under the desk. Oh, would you know? Does it seriously charge? Come on. Yep, it has actually wireless charging. Call me surprised. That I was not expecting that, to be honest. So anyway, wireless charging, though it's not specified at what wattage, so I'm assuming the worst one. We have quad camera system, that's bullshit. We have dual camera setup. Do not count in the 2 megapixel macros that you slap in there just so you can say quad. That doesn't count. We have NFC, which is really nice. You can then pay with the device in like stores. So instead of whipping out your card, you just whip out your phone, get it near the little scanner, and boom, you paid for your groceries. We have a MediaTek Dimensity 700. And then moving on a little bit lower in the list of specs right here, because I'm basing this strictly off of what T-Mobile shows me. I can't really find any other info. We have a 6 GB of RAM in here, Type-C charging port, a headphone jack, so yep, those do check. We have 4G, LTE, and 5G connectivity. What else is there? Bluetooth 5.1, and that's about all I can tell you from useful info. Rest is just not really displayed here. And we're missing a lot. So let me just kind of go over a couple different things. Now the back, I think actually is, I think it's glass. It would track considering it has wireless charging, though I believe it still could be plastic and it wouldn't really matter that much. If it's glass, it's really thin one. The frame is plastic as well. Obviously front is glass without a doubt. And we do have a little SIM tray with SD tray right here on the top left side, and on the right side we have the volume rockers and the power button that also doubles as a fingerprint sensor. Not the best one though. So what was that? Did I just enable talkback? Anyway, so yeah, there we go. Now last thing that I'm gonna check is actually the price. So 6, and I can't really find the actual info for it because T-Mobile. So this one looks to cost, where was it? I literally just saw the price. Bear with me. Okay, so it apparently retails for roughly $219.99. So it is about like 40, actually $50 more than the normal 6, and the only improvement over these two is the cameras, and that's basically all. Cameras and RAM. The processor, display, and all that stuff is basically the same, so not much change there. And they also offer it in installment payments for $9.17 per month, which, let me just quickly check, that's for 2 years, mind you. and that will come out to be exactly, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just like maybe $50 more or so than the actual retail price, but I'm gonna check it right now. So yeah, it comes out to be $220.08. So it's 9 cents more than the actual retail price. So you basically get a 0% right here, which is really nice. Assuming US sells it a little bit differently, and I'm lacking in some knowledge right here, and it's not included. The percentage might not be included in the price, but I doubt it. But anyway, so with that being said, at $220, I'll be honest here, this phone is a little bit overpriced. Number one, you're getting a pretty just weird phone from T-Mobile, so probably if something breaks with it, you might struggle with getting it repaired. If it's on warranty, that's great, then T-Mobile will do it for you, but if it's not, you're probably screwed. So that's number one. Number two, reviews for this specific model aren't necessarily the greatest. They're at 2.7 out of 5 stars. Though the same thing was with the Revvl 6 with 2.1 stars out of 5. And honestly, I don't really see why it's so low. The phone isn't that bad, at least at a first glance. Maybe it has crap ratings because it breaks easily. I don't know. I'm just basically doing like a first impression right here. So with that being said, at $220, this specific one device is already overpriced. It is running an Android 12 with bare bones Android, like the stock one, so that's pretty nice. But at 200 bucks, over 200, getting a Dimensity 700 and just kind of a no-brand phone, in my opinion, is too much. You can get Samsung phones, you can get Xiaomi phones for this price that will be better, most likely have better software for them. Even though this is running a stock Android, what I mean by better software is you might have some bloatware on there because Samsung and Xiaomi, obviously. But usually they also have some of their like additional things that they include with their software that you might find useful, which here it's a stock Android. There's nothing from T-Mobile that they added in here, like literally. So let me just bring up the 6 so you can see how the Android actually looks like. So here we go. This is the moment you set up your device, that's how it looks like, at least on the 6. The wallpaper could vary on the 6 Pro, but you can see apps, just all the default ones. Just Google all around. No bloatware whatsoever. There is not a single app that I can see right here that is from T-Mobile. No T-Mobile wallpaper of any sort, so that is really nice. But also because of that, you most likely might be missing some kind of features that other phones might have, while stock Android doesn't just yet. So anyway, with that being said, one more thing for this price, the display. This is just a 6-point, I believe it was 8-inch display at 720p, so that's already low for $200, and it's not even high refresh rate, so that's even worse. At 200 bucks, you can get Xiaomi without a doubt that it's running at least 90 Hz refresh rate and probably a 1080p display, obviously with bloatware, because Xiaomi. But also you'll probably get a Snapdragon like 700 something processor, so that also might be nice. Also 5G, keep that in mind. So yeah, the only reason I would probably consider this phone in any kind of way would be if you can get it basically for free with like your plan. So if you're going with T-Mobile and they're giving you some kind of like monthly plan for minutes, whatever, and they're just dropping in the phone there as for free, then sure, I wouldn't mind it. But if you're buying this separately just because you want the phone, I probably wouldn't go with this one specifically, considering that the 6, which only has crappier cameras and a little bit less RAM, costs $169. So significantly cheaper while still having virtually the same kind of power as this one. So anyway, with that being said, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.